Hi everyone, I'm Jackie, and today in this video, I will be going over 10 advanced math questions that I think you definitely need to know if you want to have SAT success and aim for a 750 or higher in your math section. So, per usual, let's just jump in. Okay, so first, these questions I've seen on multiple SAT exams, so I would say worth knowing concept. Um, yeah. So just a reminder, make sure you pause this video, try to solve the problem on your own, and then see if your problem matches mine. Okay, so the first thing to take into account for this problem is that it says, for any real number r, which of the following points lies on the graph of both equations? So here I can see if I multiply this equation, everything by 5, this would become 35x minus 45y and equal to 195, aka also they're the same equation. So basically, I want to see which of the following points lies on the graph. And a really easy way to check this is let me just take 7x minus 9y equals 39. And for example, if I substitute in our coordinates in letter A, so x is just 3r, um, y would be 7r minus 13 by 3. Is it true that this will be equal to 39? Let's see. So this will become 21r. This becomes, oh my goodness, minus 21r. 3 minus 13 would be positive 39 equals 39. I can see these will cancel, and this is proven true. 39 is equal to 39. So I can stop there. It's going to be A, but always for these choices, all you have to do is plug in the answer choices to the first equation, and the one you have will be your answer. Just, be careful when plugging in and dealing with signs. Okay, amazing. So another advanced concept that I believe could come up, this one. Okay, so this one. An equilateral triangle is inscribed in a circle with a diameter of 16. So I have the circle, I have the equilateral triangle inscribed, and friendly reminder, remember it is a 60, 60, 60, and all sides are the same. Um, Diameter 16, which of the following gives the area of the equilateral triangle? Okay, so important. The diameter, it's not any one of the edges of the triangle. However, whenever I have a equilateral triangle inscribed, I can get the radius. The radius, it will always be each point being extended to each of the vertices of the triangle. So I know this is the radius, this is the radius, and also this is the radius. Okay, so why is that helpful? Because then I know if diameter is 16, the radius is 8. So this is equal to 8, this is also 8, and this is 8. Okay, and then another amazing thing to know is that I've just created two 30, 60, 90 triangles. So this would be 30 degrees, this would be 60, this would be 60, and this would be 30. Okay, and friendly reminder, our 30, 60, 90 triangles, this would be equivalent to x root 3, the height would be x, and this is 2x. In this case, I know that the 2x is equal to 8, so x is equal to 4. Um, and therefore, this would be 4, and this would be 4 root 3. And same here, this would be 4 root 3. So now I have the side of the equilateral triangle, which is 4 plus 4 root 3. So 8 root 3. And then I need to get the area. So to calculate the area, what I want to do is use our shortcut formula, which is s squared root 3 divided by 4. The side we calculated was 8 root 3, so I'll plug that in here. I remember this formula, it's not given to you on the exam. Make sure you know it. It can help you, for example, in a problem like this. So do root 3 divided by 4. So this becomes 64. 64 times 3, 192 root 3 over 4. Divide 192 by 4. And that will give me, oh my goodness, the correct answer. I will double check on my calculator, but I know that it's 48. 48 root 3. Oh my goodness, and that matches correct choice D. Okay, so a difficult concept, but not too difficult once you know what to do. Just make sure you know how to do it. Next, let's talk about circles. Okay, so first it's paramount that you know the equation of a circle in standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. And then with this information, I can actually plug everything in. So my center, and note when I plug it in, it's x minus negative 7 squared plus y minus negative 4 squared, which is equal to 14 squared. So what this will simplify to is x plus 7 plus y plus 4 squared, and then 14 squared, which is 196. Next, since I'm looking at the problem, it says that it's in this form, non-standard form, so I do want to go ahead and expand the brackets or parentheses if you're American like me. So this would be x squared plus 14x plus 49 plus y squared plus 8y plus 16 equals 196. And I'm just gonna make everything like grouped together. So x squared plus y squared plus 14x plus 8y. And then here, since it's equal to 0, I'm going to subtract the 196 from each side. And so 16 minus 196, it is, oh, sorry. And also, so 49 plus 16 minus 196 is negative 131 is equal to 0. And then we can see, just looking at the equation, x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c equals 0, we can see that the 14 correlates to a, b would be 8, but we're just asked for the value of c, which is negative 131. And that is exactly what I would type into my answer. Oh my goodness, how amazing. Okay, so next, let's take a look at this bad boy. Okay, so this question, it's on every single exam for the most part, variations of this type of question. So first it says, in the given system of equations, k is a constant, the system has no solution. No solution means that the lines will be parallel to each other. And remember, parallel lines always have the same slope. So for these ones, what I like to do is first rearrange the equation, put everything in terms of y. So let's do that. So I can move this one over just to show all the steps. This would become 14/5 y is equal to negative 3/8 x plus 9/7. And then I will multiply by the reciprocal, aka you're dividing by 14/5. It's the same. And remember to distribute that to everything. This cancels amazingly. And I would have negative 15 over 112x. I don't really care about the y-intercept, but it's fine for you guys. For you, I'll put it on. So 45 over 98. Okay, so I have everything in terms of y. Amazing. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same here. So in this case, I would have ky is equal to 5/4 x. And then here, okay, it would be like plus 9/4 minus 4/3. I should find the common denominator for here. But again, like I don't really care about the y-intercept. I'm just concerned with the slope. So I'm actually not going to do that, but then I would just divide everything by k. So this becomes y equals 5/4 k x plus like 9/4 minus 4/3 over k. Again, we don't care about the y-intercept. So now I know it has no solution. Final step of our journey is to take the two slopes and set them equal to each other. Negative 15 over 112 is equal to 5/4 over k. Next step, multiply. So I would get negative 60. Yes. Negative 60 k is equal to 112 times 5, 560. Divide everything now by 60. And this would be our answer, which would be just to show k is equal to, this reduces to dividing everything by 2, so 20, like negative 28 thirds. And that is our answer, or negative 9.3333. Okay. But anyways, main takeaway, remember to step one, always rearrange the equation in terms of y. Then I ultimately just want to set the two slopes equal to each other, because again, no solutions means that the lines are parallel. Okay, next, let's look at this amazing equation. So here it gives me a quadratic equation, and then it says j and k are positive constants. The product of the solutions is ajk. Okay, so the product of the solutions, a shortcut, it's just c over a. So remember, this is ax squared plus bx plus c, it's quadratic. So all I have to do, c over a would be jk over 77. This is equal to ajk. Jk is equal to 77 multiplied by ajk. Divide each side by jk. Remember, whenever you divide a number by itself, it's 1. 1 equals 77a, 1 over 77 equals a, and that would be how you solve. Considered a complex problem, but not really if you know the shortcut. So no, the product of the solutions for quadratic equation is c over a. Oh my goodness, how amazing. Okay, so this one, um, it is from one of the Blue Book exams, but it is an exam, or sorry, it's a question totally worth knowing because it is advanced and maybe they would test a similar concept on your exam. Who knows? So first, let me just draw this out. All right, well, rough sketch to just give you a little visual. Okay, so it says two identical rectangular prisms have a height of 90 centimeters. Okay, so the height would be 90, 90. The base of each prism is a square, important. So let's just call this x, x. This would also be x and x, the side. Okay, so if the prisms are glued together along the square base, the resulting prism. Okay, so first let's handle the actual surface area of each prism. Okay, because the surface area of each prism, imagine it tells me it's k centimeters. So like k would be equal to the area of the top. Everyone agrees. But notice, so I have the area on top. Remember, I'm doing each prism right now. So I have the area on top and then also this. So basically I have two squares. So that'd be 2x squared. Oh wait, I didn't want to keep those circles. Okay, so it's 2x squared again for the area of the two squares here. And then what I would want to do is add in the area that we have here, which would be the, like, imagine we have this here multiplied by 90. So there, that would just be basically like 90 multiplied by x, but then I have the four different faces of the rectangular prism. So I just multiply by 4. So the area of each rectangular prism is 2x squared plus 360x. Amazing. So amazing. And then let's check out the area of each prism. So if the prisms are glued together along the square base, then tells me the resulting prism area. But what's the difference? Well, basically, everything is pretty much going to stay the same, except, so even though I don't have this square base here, I'm still going to have the two squares on top. So that would be 92 over 47, k is equal to 2x squared, again, for the two squares that we have on the top and the bottom. And then the only difference is that instead of 90 as the height, now my height is 180. So that would just be 100, oops, 180 x multiplied by 4. And, simplify do d d d d equals this. Um, 180 by 4, it's 720x. And then I am going to put everything in terms of k. However, all I'm going to do is just multiply by the reciprocal, 47 over 92. So now I have everything in terms of k. Okay. However, if you see, I have now two equations. I have this one in terms of k, and I also have this equation in terms of k. And ultimately, I want to get the side length of each square base, which is x. So I just want to solve for x. So I could do that algebraically. And so what I do is I am going to type them, setting those two equations equal to each other in Desmos. That would be the quickest way. Remember, I'm solving for x, and then you can see here one is 0, the other is at 8, 0. And if so that would be one of the solutions. And therefore, when I look at the answer choices, look, it was 8 as the answer. So, that one's really just understanding rectangular prisms, deriving two equations, and then setting them equal to each other. So amazing. More challenging questions worth noting. Okay, so here it says in the given equation, P is a positive constant, the sum of the solutions to the equation is 20 over 3. What is the value of P? So in quadratic equations, there is a shortcut for the sum of solutions. This is not a quadratic equation. Okay, so first, notice that all of them are equal to 0. So like 3x plus p equals 0 would be one solution. Another would be 5x squared minus 45 is equal to 0. And then here we have 2x squared minus 16x plus 6p is equal to 0. So now let's solve each one in terms of x. So 3x equals negative p, x is equal to negative p over 3. Here, 5x squared is equal to 45. Divide each side by 5. This would just be 9. And the square root of x, so x is equal to both positive and negative 3. Here, ooh, do I have to like factor and solve? Well, super shortcut. Sum of solutions for quadratics is just negative b over a, so I can apply that here. So this would just be negative negative 16 over a, which is indeed 16 over 2, which is equal to 8. So those would be the sum of the solutions. Okay, so final step, I would do, take all those solutions. So negative p over 3. We do have plus 3 minus 3, they'll cancel. Plus 8 is equal to 20 over 3. Dirt, dirt. Um, and then I have negative p over 3 is plus 8 is equal to 20 over 3. Let's go ahead and remove out those 3's. Multiply each side by 3. Bum bum. So this would cancel. This become, and make sure you go here, negative p plus 24 is equal to 20. So negative p is equal to negative 4. I don't want negative p, I want positive p. Multiply each side by negative 1. And I get the correct answer that p is equal to 4. Oh my goodness, wasn't that so amazing? Okay, so make sure you know these concepts. Let's also circle back to a circle question. Okay, so circling back to circles. Here it says in the XY plane, the graph of the given equation is a circle. The length of the radius of the circle is NP. NP, what is the value of N? Okay, so this is just a advanced application of complete the square theory. So first, what I want to do for sure is divide everything by 8 because I recognize that each of these are actually divisible by 8. So that would reduce everything to x squared divided by 8, 14p. 14px plus y squared minus 8py, and negative 488 is negative 56p squared. Next, I would just do my normal steps of complete the square theory. So friendly reminder, I take the coefficient in front of x, 14p, divided by 2. That's equal to 7p. So here, just to show, if I were to put it into standard form, this would be 7 squared. I also take the coefficient in front of y, divided by 2. This gives me negative 4p. And here it'd be y minus 4p squared. And then I go ahead and I have to complete the square. So I take those two values, I add them and square them to the other side of the equation. Burr, 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 burr. So in standard form, the equation would be do d d d d. So and careful when you square, you have to square both 7, so 49p squared and 16p squared. Okay. So that would just simplify to, oh my goodness, 9p squared. And remember what I'm doing here, like this is just to show like x minus h squared. I would just put everything into standard form. If I were to expand these brackets again, this would go back to this form. Okay, but anyways, why I did that, so I know radius squared is equal to 9p squared. Take the square root, so r is equal to 3p. And remember it says that the radius of the circle is np. So the radius of the circle, like this is equal to np, and I can see, right, that 3 will be equal to p. So 3 is equal to n. And therefore, that is our amazing answer. So amazing. Okay, so other concepts I think worth knowing. I'll do a couple more. Oh my goodness, look at this classic. SAT Classic has shown up quite frequently. Okay, so it says blah blah. The equation to x minus 5 absolute value equals k, and then says has exactly one solution. Interesting. Which of the following could be the value of k over 2? Well, this, oops, if I divide each side by 2, this will give me k over 2. And there's only one case in which something inside absolute value brackets will have exactly one solution. That's if it's equal to 0. So therefore, k over 2 must be equal to 0. That's mainly theoretical, but if you know the theory, you can get this question correct. So amazing. Okay, so let's look at this one. So it says we have the function, it's quadratic, ax squared plus bx plus c are constants. The graph of f of x and xy plane passes through the points 9, 0 and negative 2, 0. So it sounds to me like these are the x-intercepts. If a is an integer greater than 1, which of the following could be the value of a plus b? Okay, so I can use roots form, which is friendly reminder, a x minus root 1, x minus root 2, to derive our quadratic equation. So here, this would be x minus 9, and this would be x plus 2. Let's go ahead and expand those brackets. So this would just be x squared minus 7x minus 18, and then I go ahead and distribute the 8 everything. So ax squared minus 7ax minus 18a. Okay, and that's equal to, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so basically, I know I'm asked for the value of a plus b. I know that a is just a, so a equals a. And here, the b value would be negative 7a. So a plus b would be like a minus 7a, which is negative 6a. That's why probably C's here as a trap. But our answer will be different because it says, going back to that, a is an integer greater than 1. So, like the next integer that's greater than 1, it's positive 2, right? Oh, look, that's negative 12. And that matches precisely option D. So remember, it could also be like negative 18, and this goes on maybe infinitely, but because it does say which the following could be, this could be a potential value. Yes, there are other values, but this is the only one that works if a is an integer greater than 1. So amazing, right? Okay, so these are just some must-know concepts that I would for sure know before any SAT exam that you're taking. Um, whether it be Blue Book or official. So I hope you like this little series. Let me know, like, rate, subscribe, make any comments. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.